I want to move on, but on the 60th anniversary of Israel, what does Israel mean to you?
Israel is not only our strongest ally in the region and one of our strongest allies in the world, but there is a special connection between America and Israel, one that when I traveled to Israel was evident. Not only do we share so much in terms of common culture, not only is it the site of so much of my religious faith and the site of so much of our understanding of the world around us. But what I love about Israel is that it is a robust democracy, and that they are committed to principles like rule of law and civil rights and civil liberties. And so it is critical that we send a message around the world. We will stand with Israel. We want them around not just for 60 years, but for 600 years. And when I'm President of the United States, they will have an unwavering ally in me.
The President must be ready to say to the world, America's position is unchanging, our resolve unyielding, our stance non-negotiable. The United States stands with Israel, now and forever.
I want to make a point of acknowledging our extraordinary Speaker of the House, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who spoke just before me. How important her words were, and particularly in remembering the 3 soldiers that are still held by Hezbollah.
Every opportunity this Speaker of the House has, I will always impress upon our visitors that we will never rest, that we will be relentless in the fighting for the release of Gilad Shalit, Ehud Galwasser, and Eldad Regev.
I have been proud to be a part of a strong bipartisan consensus that has stood by Israel in the face of all threats. That is a commitment. That is a commitment that both John McCain and I share, because support for Israel in this country goes beyond party. Those who threaten Israel threaten us. Israel has always faced these threats on the front lines, and I will bring to the White House an unshakable commitment to Israel's security. That starts with ensuring Israel's qualitative military advantage. Let there be no doubt, I will always keep the threat of military action on the table to defend our security and our ally Israel. Do not be confused. As President, I will work to help Israel achieve the goal of 2 states, a Jewish state of Israel and a Palestinian state, living side by side in peace and security.
Obama is presenting 2-state solution for Palestinian problem. As Muslims, we recognize this as not a Palestinian problem, rather a Muslim's problem, and need to ask, what is the Islamic solution for this issue? When we refer history, we see that the only time there was peace and prosperity in Holy Land when it was under Islamic State. Muslims had the largest continuous and peaceful reign from 1187 to December 1917, spanning 730 years. No other in the history had these many years of continuous and peaceful rule on this land. Muslims cannot surrender Jerusalem because of their Aqidah. It is the place of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's Mi'raj to the Jannah, as stated in Surah Isra, Ayah 1. It is the place where the second masjid was established on earth by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is the place of first qibla of the Muslims. It is the place where each prayer is equal to 500 prayers. It is a place where many of the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was born or died. All Muslim lands that once belonged to Islamic State must return as one state. Our glorious history indicates that Muslims lost Al-Quds when they were disunited politically. In the 11th century, the Crusades were instigated. Multiple attacks were launched against the Ummah. In 1099, the Crusaders finally reached Jerusalem. Approximately 70,000 Muslims was massacred. Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi and his predecessor Nuruddin Zangani united the Muslims under the Khilafah state and then liberated the Al-Quds from Crusaders. In 1907, Sultan Abdul Hamid, the Uthman Khalifa, protected the Al-Quds area by rebuffing the scheme of Zionist leader Theodore Herzl. Khalifa Abdul Hamid said, "I advise Mr. Herzl not to take another step in this matter. I cannot sell even a foot of land, for it does not belong to me, but to my people. My people have won this land by fighting for it with their blood. We will again cover it with our blood before we allow it to be wrested away from us. To have the scalpel cut my body is less painful than to witness Palestine being detached from the Khilafah state, and this is not going to happen. Let the Jews keep their millions, and once the Khilafah is torn apart one day, then they can take Palestine without a price." The only Islamic solution for Al-Quds issue is to unite the Muslims under a single Khilafah state and then retake the Al-Quds.